Hello Internet.
What's up, homie? I'm Tony.
Today we have this 4090 from Asus that came in for repair. The sticker is still intact. My guess it hasn't been opened before, which is always a good thing. It also came with a fake Chinese TPM pad and some fake Chinese U6 Pro thermal putty that I absolutely hate. Let's power the card and see why it's here. There. The card is reading 0 volts, 0 watts, and 0 TDP.
What?
Yet somehow it performs as it should. What could have gone wrong with this seemingly unopened card? I have no idea, so let's open it up and see what we can find. Not even halfway in, I noticed there's a thermal paste on top of the pads.
What?
No way this was done at the factory. So my guess is that the owner took a razor blade and lifted the seal just like that, reminding all of us that the factory seal cannot be trusted, especially when you buy a 4090 or a 5090 on Facebook for half the price, regardless of the story behind it. In any case, same thing at the front of the board, thermal paste added to the top of the memory chips, and my guess is that the owner of this card was obsessed with the temperatures and did everything he could possibly do to cool it down. So the problem that we're experiencing is actually very rare, unless it's an EVGA 3080, 3080 Ti, or 3090. Those fail all the time.
I mean, I know we all don't like it, but
You suck!
I accepted it a long time ago, and now I'm moving on.
And if we assume that no one had opened the card before, there would be no need to suspect the usual suspect. But we now know that the card was opened before, so first thing to do is to have a look around under a microscope. There. Looks like someone tried to drive a screw into the board from the top. Maybe aftermarket anti-sag support, I don't know. Either way, the plan is to restore the traces and hopefully the chip is alive. The repair is done, no short on 12 or 3.3. Power looks okay, but confusing at times because only 2 memory and 1 core phase is active. Some weird Asus power saving thing, I guess. Who cares? Let's go into the Windows and see if the problem is now fixed. There. All the parameters are now displayed. So all I have left to do is what customer asked me to do in the first place, is to apply a ton of thermal putty on the board. And you know me, I hate thermal putty, because it gets under the memory and the core, causing all sorts of problems, especially if it ever comes time to reball any of that. So what I'll do now is a special treatment. Basically, I'm going to use clear UV resin around the edges of the memory chips and the core. That would prevent the putty from making its way under the chips. There we have it. I hope this will do the trick. And by the way, this dirt cheap UV resin is actually easy to remove when needed. All it takes is a little bit of heat. Here's a sample for you. Came off clean, almost if it was not there at all. And now for the putty. I tried to use the provided spatula to scoop out the putty and using finger condoms to apply it, but it would stick to everything but the chips. So I ended up shoving the putty into the syringe and applying it that way. A larger syringe would be easier to dispense, but this is all I have for now, so I'll just have to apply it twice in some areas. And this fake Chinese PTM or TPM, who cares, pad that you buy on AliExpress for $1 per square mile. And that's it. The repair and the greatest putty application is done. All that's left now is to run some stress tests and compare the reading with the exact same card I had tested a while ago using regular paste and pads. Noticeably lower temperatures on memory for sure, but not on the core. I think that the cost versus the benefit is just too high, in my opinion. But do let me know if you disagree and why. Goodbye.